And this witness is from a consulting firm named Brattle Consulting, who was basically retained by the government. They were first approached by the government in 2023, last year, March, and then they've did a lot of work, according to the witness, very intensive work earlier this year, particularly earlier this year. So they are providing, the witness name is Paul Hinton. Basically, he is a chief. I understand he's a chief, if not the boss of this consulting firm. And they specialize in analyzing financial data, come up with financial reporting and those kind of things. So that is why the government basically hired his firm. And basically, my understanding through the testimony is the government give them a huge amount of data and documents, just dump and say, hey, zip through this documents and then identify them. Okay, so first of all, identify them, whether they are the bank accounts, and then give them, so the government give them specific instructions in terms of what category they need to organize and sorting those material.
So they don't do that independently? The government has instructed them on specific things?
Almost every step of the way.
Wow.
So we felt like this although they're retained for their expertise, in data analysis and kind of sipping through a large amount of information, but I left an impression, and Feather can add in, is they are hand-holding. The government is hand-holding basically everything, okay? And even including the color of the boxes on their diagram.
Through the chart, through working with government, he learned about this case, and he has no other involvement rather than just making the chart with the government.
To mention this, so in order for this kind of a work providing to the government, they charged the government $2 million.
$2 million.
When I heard the number and compare what I saw today, that what they basically showed the jury and the court, those flow charts and diagrams, yes, they could bill $2 million, because the question, color-coded sheets. And then I want to finish the sentence, which does not prove anything. So during the cross, our defense basically asked, okay, so this is very complicated, but it could be really simple, okay? So is it, instead of 4 boxes, you could just use 1, right? Yes. That's what witness testified. Okay, so it is the prosecutor that asks you to put 4. Is that right? Yes. And the same with the crane, there are other boxes, there's 6 of them. They could just be in 1, okay?
For the crane.
However, when we doing the cross, because this is a total, so you have to add in it's indicating the other sub expenses all coming aggregated together, right? So during the cross, the defense asked, okay, could you identify any of the subcategory expenses that was incurred in 2020? Okay,
because that was what was listed.
Yeah, was listed in the 2020,
range, right.
But none of these expenses happened in 2020. All of them are happening in 2021. So there is a typo. So the witness was saying, yeah, that's a typo. That's not supposed to be 2021. So the cross say, well, is it a government to ask you to only including 2021? Yes. Okay, so do not including the prior expenses, which could show these are normal. And our defense lawyer did one thing really awesome, because he actually showed our evidence and bring a picture of history. Okay, so we talk a lot about ACA, the family offices. He actually showed a lot of bank accounts which was showed by the government. I'm not sure whether the government has it or not, but now they have it. For sure, they've probably seen it before. These are the Golden Spring and ACA transactions that is long prior to the investments. So we actually showed in 2018, April, July, August, January, 2019, January, 2019, August, all those transactions moving money from the ACA to Golden Spring. Okay, see, and so established a normalcy. Okay, because as we said, Mao School does not own a credit card, does not have a bank account. His expenses was paid by his family members and the family entities through family offices controlled entities, right? So this is just adding another layer of what happened prior to all the investments started. Yeah.
And I think